Hello lovelies! Every time I don't get my period on the exact day at approximately 7:30 in the morning, I'm pregnant. Seriously though, how often do we kid ourselves into believing that our whole life is about to change when our period has simply decided to arrive in its own time? Today I wanted to talk about pregnancy and answer any of your questions about falling pregnant and hopefully put your mind at ease about some things and help you make better decisions in the future. Just going to find my favorites. How reliable are pregnancy tests? Well, they're pretty reliable, especially if you get a positive result. If you get a negative result, there are some things that could affect the reliability of the test, and that's if you haven't waited 3 weeks and you've gone out way too soon to check if you're pregnant. Like, for instance, quite a few people will have unprotected sex and the next day they'll go and check if they're pregnant because they're super excited or super worried. Either way, it's going to be negative. The other thing that can affect the reliability is if you're on certain medications. So if you get a negative result, you're probably negative, but if you are still not getting your period and you just feel like there's something growing inside you, then go to a doctor and you will get a proper result and you'll know for sure whether or not you need to start saving up for the baby room, or you're not pregnant and you're relieved, or you need to start having more intercourse. I'm not quite sure if we're all wanting to fall pregnant or if we're all worried about falling pregnant, but I feel like we're all worried about falling pregnant, so I'm just gonna go in that direction for this video, and maybe when my audience is all a little bit older and we're all feeling broody, then we can do the how to fall pregnant one. Sound good? Ooh, a personal question. Are you hoping to get pregnant and have kids? How many? Well, I'm not planning on getting pregnant anytime soon, but I would like to be pregnant in the future. I do see myself being a mom at some stage. I would like to have 2 children just because it seems like a manageable number, and my parents had 2 kids and that seemed to work out very well for them. Well, so I think. Is pregnancy tiresome or pleasant? Because I've never been pregnant, I feel like I can't answer this question, so I'm going to ask Andrew's sister, who's just had a baby. Hi Shirley, I know this is completely random. I am doing a video about pregnancy and somebody just asked me if pregnancy is pleasant or tiresome. I just would love your help. Thank you!
Hey Theo, the answer is both. I never thought I'd enjoy being pregnant. And to be honest, the first trimester, or the first 12 weeks, was a total shock for me.
What is your opinion on having a baby in prison? Wow, I didn't expect such a weighty question, but I am very happy that somebody asked me that. I haven't even thought about it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I think a mother should be with their child, especially in the early stages of the child's development. But then if the mother feels like it is negatively affecting the baby, then one should consider, I wouldn't want to say giving it up, but I suppose handing your baby over to the next person who should look after it, like your husband, hopefully he's around, or somebody who's extremely close to you. Let's talk about it below. Very interesting topic. Have you ever had a pregnancy scare? If so, how have you dealt with it? I suppose once upon a time, I felt like I could have been pregnant, but I wasn't. How I dealt with it? Well, I'm that type of person that when in crisis, I kind of keep to myself and I try and sort everything out on my own, which isn't the best thing to do. It's always better when you have support. Anyway, I went and got a pregnancy test and just quickly did it in a public bathroom. And I waited and waited and waited and I was negative and I was like, yip-de-doo-da-day. It wasn't the best experience, but I'm glad that I've done it once now and I know kind of what to expect. I think the scariest part was actually going to the lady behind the chemist desk and being like, hey, do you have a pregnancy test? And she looked at me weirdly. Well, that's what I think. And to think that all of this could have been avoided if I'd simply downloaded Clue, which is this menstrual cycle app that I didn't know existed until a few weeks ago, and now I have to share it with you. So let's zoom in.
Clue is a menstrual tracking app that can predict Mother Nature's womanly storms for our own convenience. Here's my cycle showing me when PMS is coming, my period, and when I'm most fertile. Eek! Clue is like a personal PA for your body. You can set reminders to take your pill or do a boob check, whatever else that you don't really feel like remembering on your own every single month. I think I'm going to get Andrew to download this so he can be reminded when my PMS is about to happen and when he needs to go out and buy me chocolate. I'm sure he won't mind because the app is completely gender neutral and it's just scientific looking and cool. I think my favorite part of Clue is the Today feature where you can tell Clue how you're feeling, from your mood to your flow, and whether or not you've just had sex. And the more you tell Clue, the more it will learn and be able to tell you accurately what is going on inside your body. It's free and it's simple to use, so there's no real excuse not to get it. I think the more you know about your body, the better, so you can make healthier decisions in the future. So yeah, that's Clue.
Right, I feel like I may have said enough, so I'm just going to go. Comment below if you have any more questions, I'd love to answer them. And I'm also going to put a link to Clue in the description, so you can just click on that. You can download it on iOS, Android, or Apple Watch. And yes, I'll be seeing you very soon, as always. Bye! I've never actually vomited from alcohol. That's one thing that I'm really proud of. Well, there's loads of other things that I'm proud of. I shouldn't be so proud of that.